Yo, what's up, guys? So this video isn't really supposed to be anything. Like originally, I wanted to talk about like analog horror and stuff like that. Um, like Vita Cornish and some Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that. But I'm mainly just making this video because my therapist. I'm in therapy right now. I guess, this is kind of just gonna be like a life video. Um, you guys can enjoy like the VR driving, I guess, but. Um, Yeah, my therapist told me to, you know, try to do this a little bit more often. Uh, I don't know, just like make videos. I do photography and stuff like that. He just wants me to try to go out and actually uh, do some of those things. What else could I talk about? I don't want to just talk about. But yeah, so I guess this is kind of just gonna be like a life video. Talking about just doing things that you like to do and don't try not to let people tell you otherwise. Uh, um, I wanted to make like an ASMR channel too. I thought that'd be pretty cool. I'm really into like ASMR. Uh, I don't know. I always feel like if I was to make it like an ASMR channel, it would just be weird because I don't do guys make ASMR channels? Like, is that like a thing? I mean, I know guys make ASMR channels, but like I don't know. It's just always seems weird to me. But I know it's something like easy I could probably do, but I don't know. I've always been kind of one of those people that's more so like I like listening to it instead of, I guess, part of taking in it, if that makes sense. I don't even think that makes sense. Um, what else? I know I was talking about like analog horror in the beginning. Uh, if you guys saw like the Backroom movies, I have yet to see that. But if you guys saw that, let me know in the comments if it was like good or not. I know it's been like a while since it came out, but it's still good to know. Get people's opinions on it and stuff like that. Well, I guess it would be kind of hard without spoiling stuff, right? But I don't really care too much about spoilers. You guys can tell me anyway. For the people that I guess find this video. Uh, but yeah, what else? Dang, I'm kind of like, I don't really know. Whenever I always think about making YouTube videos, I always like think back to like the people that are like, welcome back to this YouTube video, guys. In today's video, and then I'm like, if I'm not like that, then like people won't watch. But I gotta like stop thinking like that, cause I don't know. I'm subscribed to people that aren't like that. So I don't know. Obviously, people watch it. They enjoy it. You don't always have to be super, super uppy guy all the time. You don't always have to be like that, because that's hard. Like, to be like always happy, like for people that's like always happy, I always ask myself, like, is it, do you just, I know everybody goes through things, right? Like everybody goes through something. Some people more than others, right? But I don't know. I always ask myself, like, dang, you have to have like some strong willpower to like always be happy. Like, you could lose a family member, you could, be down to your luck, like financially, but like there's always going to be that one person. Now, granted, some people, they might say they're happy, but like, but in situations like that, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. So you kind of have to just go off of their word, and then like, that's like depression, and then, that falls into like a whole another thing. But for the most part, you're kind of just taking their word on it, right? Kind of just hoping for the most part that they aren't really lying. Even if it's like a really close person, you don't really want them to be like, yeah, I'm fine, and stuff like. Yeah, I mean, I have a tendency to do this too sometimes. Like I'll say I'm fine, but like, and deep down, the majority of the time, like not fine. But in my eye, that's kind of where like the willpower comes in, because like to wake up, you know, every day and just be like, all right, I have to strive to be better. I have to strive to be better. Like no matter what, no matter the cost, I have to be better. I guess that's like the beauty in it. But, just always trying. You never, to sum it up, I guess. You never quit. You never give up. That's the beauty, I guess. Somebody that never quits, never gives up, no matter how hard times get. I can talk about. I can talk about. Much like a bro channel, I don't know, but we talk about these women out here, they're too crazy, man. These women out here are crazy. TikTok and Instagram. And don't even get me started on the whole blue pill, black pill, red pill, yellow pill, true pill, incel. I'm just like, man. I'm 28. I'm unk. I'm up there. But geez, man, when I hear some of these phrases and some of the stuff that some women say, even the guys, when I hear some of the guys say compared to what the women say, I'm like, yo, man, we are absolutely done for. Like in my eye, like it's actually crazy. But even then, I still, I still kind of see the hope in it. I don't want to just be sitting here like, we're fucked either way, because maybe we're not. Oh, excuse my language. I hope I don't. YouTube doesn't, get me for that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's a bad habit. I have a tendency to sit on TikTok lives, and I listen. I like to hear people's perspectives, But man, it's some of the stuff I hear. It really makes me want to just fully just lose hope in humanity, right? Like there's really no hope. But no, you don't want to do that, because then that's where the depression comes down. Like you gotta see the hope. You have no choice but to see the hope, And I'm Christian too, I know everybody hates to get like into the religion, aspect of it, but it is what it is, man. Like I have no choice, it's like I love people, even though some people might not love me. You could love people, but some people might not always love you back. But again, that's fine. Just as long as like you're not bringing harm to anybody or anything like that, I think it's okay. As long as you don't hurt anybody, you're not, sacrificing nobody, doing anything crazy. You don't always have to like that person, but as long as you come to an understanding, I guess, with somebody, then it's okay. I have a bad habit of doing that with some of my past relationships. I just, you let the anger kind of get a hold of you, and then, you kind of just end up with nothing. Or even not even anger. Sometimes it could just be confusion or just a misunderstanding. But, I don't want to get too personal. My last relationship was kind of like that. I stuck by my word, so. But, I know I mentioned the ASMR channel. I hope I hope I'll listen back to this in the recording. I wonder if it's like a soft-spoken kind of thing. I don't know. What else could I talk about? Yeah, for the most part, this is just like a ramble video. Like, I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I think the next video I'll probably talk about maybe like, the deal with like Israel and stuff at the U.S. That's crazy, bro. I think I might talk about that in the next video. Actually, I don't really know what to talk about, because I think everybody in the U.S. at this point doesn't really like Israel that much. I'm gonna be careful saying that in the video though, but I can't believe they did that. That's crazy. Hope you guys for the drive video too. Ain't nothing too crazy. Ain't nothing going on, but I think I'm gonna just end it here. Just a yap session real quick. Kind of a deep talk. I don't know. But yeah, I'll just catch y'all in the next video. Hopefully, God bless y'all. Many wishes and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Y'all stay easy. God bless.